Gumdrop buttons?
Oh.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
It's Friday, and Chuck's internet's not garbage.
That
so
is
we're
accurate.
here.
That is accurate.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I'm not moving,
Probably.
so we're here.
Also
It's
accurate.
been a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving houses, even though they're only an hour apart, is a lot of work when it's one person moving. And you're being cheap, so you don't hire a moving company. It's great.
That's a young man's game right there.
Yeah, it was bad.
It
I'm still like coughing and dying from all the dust I kicked up from cleaning. So that's been great. But yeah, so we had a week off because I was moving, a week off because internet is bad, and then now we're here. So it's been a bit. We're playing Anvea, the game system I'm working and dragging everyone through to work all the kinks out of the system. This is session 4, I believe.
That sounds right.
I think that's the number 4. I think that was.
Joe, are you describing your system as kinky?
Oh, shit.
Yes, and there's some that need to be worked out, but there might be some we leave in. We'll see.
Okay, nice.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, last time
On Dragon
on
Ball Z.
Anvea.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So, so far you guys had a festival, or we'll do like an overall kind of speed recap. So there's a big festival that you guys were in. Towards the end of the festival, you saw that there was a lady getting interrogated by some inquisitors about some books that she had that are considered contraband by the inquisitors. You guys basically set up a plot to intervene with that. You stole the books away from these inquisitors without them knowing as they left town. And they, for all you know, still are not aware that you have the books and stole it from them. You weren't sure where they were writing to, but they seemed to leave back towards the direction of, or I think John would know vaguely the direction of their capital.
Yeah.
So it seemed like they were kind of like going back to home base. From there, you picked up a job for hunting a grusk from our friend Hugh Donahue,
You Donahue.
the the centaur monster hunter that never gets his hands dirty and makes all of his profits by picking up multiple job boards and giving you a cut of them. Yeah, so you guys were sent out on that. On the way, you found a sentient, massive jack-in-the-box named Percy, who had their crank stolen from them. They talked about being made out of music and crammed into the...
He came
What?
across an unruly group of crank yankers.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
basically.
There's the
You're not wrong.
throwback.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know what that's a reference to. But,
An old Comedy Central show where puppets prank called people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're puppets because they're Croft puppets.
Okay.
I'm ashamed I know that.
Yeah,
How dare you?
but sure, yeah. There was a sentient jack-in-the-box. He got his little wind-up crank stolen from him, and he was kind of slowly deteriorating and falling apart. His color was fading. His clothes were getting all kind of torn up. Part of his like porcelain face was all smashed up. He seemed to be just kind of like deteriorating, and he said that if he got it back, it would kind of start healing him back up. Talked about how somewhere way out in the deep basin, there's a giant mantis shrimp named Jasper that built him. Mechanical mantis shrimp that is very, very large. And continued on your way. You made it to the next town, which you guys named it something.
Oh yeah, we did.
I think you named it Chalupa.
Oh,
Yes.
I like it.
That does sound familiar.
One of these days, Joe will learn his lesson about letting us name things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
You've
not.
named one of the towns Tacobal and now Chalupa. So it's good. Building some lore.
Yeah.
It's got a singular theme going right now, it seems.
A delicious
But
theme.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you made it into
Hopefully we
town.
can get to Taco Supreme soon.
Ooh,
Oh, we've
Yeah.
arrived in Pico de Gallo.
nice.
But made into town. You were asking about both if there were any delinquent kids that were stealing cranks, trying to find them. And then you were also trying to gather information on the Grusk creature that was supposedly had like a hideout or a den somewhere nearby. You got a little bit of info on that. Yes.
If we ever come across a town, like a subterranean town or a town where people live like underground, I would like to put out there, I would really like that town to be named Guacahole.
Sure. I'm fine with that.
See when we get there what
Okay.
happens.
Very cool.
I don't even know how you argue with that.
Right? It's fucking
Yeah.
genius.
Yeah.
All right,
But,
sorry, Joe.
yeah. No, you're fine. So you've tracked, there's the Grusk that lives somewhere in the area. You're not exactly sure, but you have kind of a general area. It's kind of like south, would that be southeast of town just a little bit. But you followed and eventually tracked down the group of kids that stole the crank. They mentioned that they were hired by a witch to take it to her, and she wanted it for some reason. And we ended the session with you guys trailing behind these kids as they led you to this witch's cabin out in the woods north of town. They mentioned that every time they've tried to bring people here before, they haven't been able to find it. And there seems to be some sort of like weird magic going on obscuring this place, because it just kind of appeared as you passed by a tree while you were walking through here. Like it was there 1 second and then it wasn't, or the other way around. But yeah, so that's where we ended. We ended with you guys pretty far back. You could just barely see this kind of like hut in the forest. And you saw the door closing as like the last of the kids were walking inside it.
Okay.
And actually, we've got
Holy shit.
a little.
It's
let's
a
see,
black
it looks something like
screen.
that.
Oh,
Is
baby.
it
Oh,
supposed to
no.
be a black screen?
No, it's not.
Incredible.
So lifelike.
It's
Right
Like a
click.
slight-
The darkness in my
Oh
mind.
shit, Joe.
Is that it?
That's
Is
it.
that it? Can you see?
We
I
can
see
see
a
it.
thing.
Wow. I always forget. But yeah, it's something like that. Just a little. It's kind of not totally in disarray. It's kind of still standing, but it's this like kind of crudely fastened together hut out in the woods.
It's
You see all sorts of just,
mostly
like, wood debris and
disarrayed,
stuff.
which means it's a little bit not disarrayed.
Yeah.
Technically upright, so there's that going for it.
Yeah. And you see there's like some kind of off-colored smoke coming out of a chimney on the back end of it. And you do see some like flickering lights and stuff from the inside. There's a torch outside that's lit. And you just see the door closing as one of the kids is going inside. You don't see anyone else outside or anything. And you are pretty much on the back. It looks like there's kind of this clearing. You notice there's all sorts of these kind of like runic etchings on a lot of the trees in this clearing that you're in now that you hadn't seen before. You're probably good like 50 to 80 feet away from the hut at this point.
Well, first things first, I'm gonna point out to Lonan. The fuck do those things say?
Yeah, let's take a look at them. I'll take a look at the runes on the trees.
You
Okay.
could call them troons.
I could call them trunes.
Good.
I could also not call them trunes.
We finished Dragon
Runes.
Ball Z Kai the other day, and that last arc
Nice.
is the Boo Saga, where they do a lot of fusion. So there's been a lot of talks of conjoining names, because honestly,
Okay.
Gotenks and Vegito, terrible names. They could have came up with way better. I don't have anything else
Close
to
as
go with it.
possible. Yeah. I thought you were going to give us an example.
I don't have an example. I did come up with unrelated to that. I was having a talk to my oldest about like, yeah, if you're going to go to like a fucking like, event or something, you should be able to defend yourself. Like we should get you a purse that's also a gun. And
Gurse?
they're like, no, that's a terrible idea. And that's what I said. Like we could call it a gurse or a pun or a pern. Gers. I think Gers is the winner.
Yeah. Gerst was what came to my mind
Yeah.
first, which is sad that
American
we both
handbag.
agreed on that so quickly.
Although in the right hands, a pun is a deadly weapon, I think.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah. All right. So you're trying to investigate these runes that you see carved.
Yeah.
I'd say that could be either like a discern or a lore, or if there's another skill that you feel like you could leverage for that.
I think we'll
This will be either occult or arcane. Actually, no, it'd be occult. Definitely occult.
Oh, okay. I think I got that one.
How about a cane?
Could be nature as well. Could be nature.
How many C's are in a cult?
I don't think I have any of those things.
2. I think.
So, our cults? It's an arcane, our cult.
I'll reroll that. Ow.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah, you're not really able to. So I'll say you're kind of like putting your hand up on it, trying to investigate this rune. It kind of zaps you a little bit. So you'll take just 1 point there of
Mental.
mental stress. So it saps you a
Does,
little bit.
does my one word amulet help at all?
Not on a push.
Not on a push.
Unfortunately.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah, push damage is piercing.
All right. That's fine.
I had to get a few more rolls in there. That way our dice rolls actually show up on stream.
Oh, get down far enough.
Oh,
Yeah, because John's 2 rolls were way the fuck up there, and like there's no chance for the stream to
Oh,
see
whoops.
that. That's okay.
okay. Yeah, you're not
Okay.
exactly sure. They definitely seem to be deliberate. One thing I'll say though that you pick up, not necessarily about these runes that you're investigating, but the forest feels different than it just did a little bit. Like the kind of the hue of the sky, of the light that's coming through, is just slightly different. The air feels a little bit different. It's like a little bit warmer than it was where you were at. The sounds are kind of different. As you look out, like it almost feels like you're just in a totally different area. But
Yeah.
I'm not able to draw much of that.
They're biting runes. That's what they apparently do. That
Oh,
bit me.
I didn't see teeth.
Um,
That's interesting.
Visible teeth.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we should. What do we know about this lady? We know that she's mean and she smells funny.
And she has the crank of a giant puppet.
Is there
and
a
a
upstairs
Bunch of children.
and a window? Maybe you could go take a peek in the window.
Looks like there's it's kind of like an attic, maybe. It doesn't look like it's full upstairs size, but it definitely looks like there's something of a second floor.
So I do appreciate that thought, and that is a good idea. But what I know about old cranky people is that they don't like it when you go peeking in their windows. How about we play it like this? We go up, we knock on the door gently, and we're very polite. Yes, and then if that fails, we'll go up to the ante-basement.
That doesn't sound like us, but okay, we'll try your plan.
It's just
That does
reverse
not sound
basement.
like us. Well, baby, can we try it?
That's step 1 of our plan.
yeah. Step 1.
Yeah.
Well,
Step
mainly,
two, stab.
you know, I don't have a full understanding of what crazy things a cranky old person in the woods can do. Theoretically,
because she stole a crank. Yeah.
yeah, cranky. Theoretically,
Oh, yeah.
if we play our cards right, maybe she'll bake us cookies.
I do like that opportunity.
Be made with fluids from like a person.
No, I mean, I was thinking worst case scenario, they're oatmeal raisin, which I still enjoy.
I love oatmeal raisins.
Yeah, they're delicious.
All right.
As long as they don't look like chocolate chip, that's the only time that it's
Yeah,
fine.
I mean, you don't want that
Yeah,
deception.
Expectations.
I
Yeah.
always get my oatmeal raisin, and yeah, I purposefully paint them like M&Ms just to really fuck with people.
Yeah.
You spray them with a thin candy shell.
You peel the shell of an M&M off. And
Yeah, and just put that.
It's like a little dome for your raisins.
Yeah,
Take
these
the fork
raisins
and you
have
put
a
little
hat.
fork marks on them.
Yeah, it's
too.
Baked vengeance.
all right, so you're just going straight up and knocking on the door.
I mean, I was threatened with cookies, so
All right, who's knocking?
Dan is.
I was going to do it because
Okay.
cookies. I was just let them have their conversation. Like I'm going.
Sure.
Yeah.
As you approach and you go to knock, you kind of hear voices. You don't hear exactly what they're saying, but it sounds to be some talking going back and forth. It sounds like a kind of an angry tone of an older woman berating some kids is the sense that you get. And as soon as you do like the first knock, all voices like cut out very quickly. Knock a few more times.
Hello. Do you have cookies?
And the door slowly opens inward.
Is that a yes?
Cookies?
So you look inside. You see it's very, it almost looks larger on the inside than you would expect. But in the back, it looks like there's all sorts of like you see lots of sacks of just random like herbs and spices and things. You see like lots of little racks and things strung out that are drying all sorts of different things. Like you see all sorts of grasses and mushrooms and stuff drying. The occasional animal skin hung up as well. And then over to the left, as the door swings all the way open, you see that there's like a little nice table set that's kind of out. You see a woman sitting on the other end of that table who looks like show to players. Does this pop up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So you see what looks to be like maybe a half elf, elderly kind of looking woman. She's wearing this like very tattered, but also in a way somewhat welcome. That seems to be patched together quite a lot. This like lawn green kind of dress. She's got all sorts of beads and feathers and things all over. And she's just sitting there. She's kind of holding what looks to be a teacup. She's just spinning, mixing whatever's in it with her fingernail. She says, I wasn't expecting more guests today.
I heard a rumor that you have cookies here.
Don't normally make cookies.
I was just outside and I heard a lot of people talking about cookies. So
I have some breads and tea if you would like that.
these guys outside are a bunch of liars.
Yeah,
Why don't you
sorry.
come
Matt.
inside?
All right, guys, she doesn't have
Okay, you in?
cookies.
Hi.
I'll head up there. Hello. My name is Rodegar. Would you prefer us to take our shoes off here at the entrance, or is it okay to wear them?
Oh, it's okay if you leave them on.
Thank you very
My
much.
name is Erguth. I was not expecting more guests than I already had. As you guys look around, you don't see the kids anywhere in this room. You don't see other doors or anything. You do see there's a like a kind of a ladder, a very steep ladder that goes up to what looks like a loft, and that might have been
Joe.
another floor.
Anti-basement.
Anti-basement, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you see like a ladder going up to a loft, but you don't see the kids anywhere. She says, like, well, I wasn't expecting guests, but that's fine, I suppose. And she puts her hand down on the table and extends out longer. And some chairs kind of like weave themselves together. There's like vines that come up and crack through the floorboards, and they form additional seating at the edge of the table. She pulls her hand off, and all of the chairs kind of pull themselves away.
That's a neat trick.
Take a seat.
Yeah. Sure.
I'll take a seat.
So cards on the table. Not one for beating around the bush here. We met a Jack in the Box that was looking for his crank. Said something about some young kids might have taken it. You might be the person that we're looking for. We don't know. We told him we'd see if we could find it.
I suppose you mean that, and she points over into the corner. See, there's like this kind of big stone mill looking thing for like grinding up ingredients that's in the corner of this. And on top of it, you see this very, very nice looking like wooden crank, and it's got it's a pretty exquisite looking handle. It's carved very nicely. It's got some like gold trim on it. Looks very out of place for everything else in this entire place. But it's been like fastened to the top of this mill to grind things. She's like, I suppose you're talking about that. I had the boys fetch that for me.
That
earlier
looks
today.
about right.
Yeah. The owner desperately needs that back.
I think I did him a favor, really. It's a dreadful state that boy's in, you know? Suspended in this strange mechanical box. It's kind of abhorrent in a way, don't you think?
Did you ask
better if
his
you just-
opinion about that, or you
definitely
just
not
kind of
his
making
opinion.
that up?
Yeah. I feel I'm more qualified to make decisions than he is on things like that. I suppose he'll try to hold on to whatever state he's in, but it's quite unnatural.
But it's the state he wants to be in. You don't have right to deny that to him. He's not hurting anyone.
Yeah.
Did you just
Perhaps.
want it for your grinding thing there? Do you just use it so you make more bread?
Yes.
So
It's
really you
fantastic
just
for
keep it for you.
preserving the ingredients and things. There's some ingredients that have special properties and things, and this does a great job at making sure none of that's lost in my process.
Could you just get you a different handle?
See, I had a mundane handle before, and it didn't quite work the exact same
But that would
way.
be a natural handle. You're using an unnatural handle from an unnatural thing to grind up your good things. I mean, that seems kind of a little counterintuitive.
A
Well,
little
I
abhorrent.
didn't want it to go to waste. Yeah, but
Okay.
see, it was preserving this horrible state of this boy, and
That's
I'd
definitely
much rather use it for this.
Yeah, that's definitely not your choice. We're gonna need to take that back and give it to him.
How about we have tea first? And she'll just kind of swing her hand out, and you see other teacups kind of like pull themselves, and it's kind of similar to the way that the vines like appeared out of the floor. They weave themselves together, and they slowly fill up with a kind of brownish liquid. It smells very sweet. She's like, I'm sure we could work something out.
Yeah, I'm sure we could. I'm sure we could. We're businessmen. These things can just they have a way of working themselves out. Speaking of business, gentlemen, perhaps we could come to some sort of arrangement amongst ourselves of what we would be willing to part with to gain exchange of the handle. Just a moment. Just a moment. One second.
Yeah.
Let's get her.
I pull out my bow and arrow.
That was your plan? Get her?
Get her.
I put the question in chat. Bananas code word for go bananas.
That
That's
works.
from Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pull out my bow and arrow.
Yeah.
We're fighting,
Okay.
Joe.
Okay.
Joe's just like,
Probably gotta get wrecked, but
Joe's all
Sure.
like, this was a valuable NPC who's going to help you through the campaign.
No, I'm
anymore,
well
Shane.
aware any person I put in front of you guys may be attacked.
you've murdered one of the fates. Game over.
Oh, God.
Elder Scrolls did that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's true. Like, you might want to reload your save file.
I
You
don't
did.
know which
Save.
I like more. The old ones where it just game over, or the newer ones where they just don't die.
I think I prefer the
I-
game over, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I prefer it telling you, like, hey, you just messed up your playthrough, but you do you.
See, that's what I would like. I would like a pop-up, be like, you have just made this quest unbeatable. Maybe reload, and then
But
it
you
just
can
lets you
keep
keep
going
going.
if you want.
Morrowind did that. It would have a little pop up that said that in Morrowind.
Oh,
Yeah.
If you
okay.
killed anyone associated to the main quest, it would just say like, with this person's death, it had like this like really
Yeah.
flavorful, fancy way of saying it. But
It did. But
yeah,
you could just keep
Bert-
playing.
Yeah, Bert put it in chat there. He loved Morrowind's. You can't win now, but you can keep playing.
Yep, exactly.
yeah,
Everything will proceed normally until Degathur is ready to kill everyone.
Yeah.
oh yeah, I like that. Okay, if you guys are just straight like, so you're going straight into attacking her, not like threatening, like you're
Oh.
just letting an arrow fly.
No,
No,
Al
we
said
we
attack.
already threatened.
We're trashing her.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You're committing the violence.
Yeah, we already
Yeah,
threatened her
yeah.
by saying, give us the thing. And she said,
Always
nah,
remember,
so-
Joe, there is the legal standpoint where if you ever think someone's going to try and violent you, surprise violent them first.
That's right. That
It's true.
stands
Yeah,
up
she
in
was
its
trying
own.
to surprise violent us with that tea. I'm sure.
I am
Preemptive
sure.
guarantee it.
self-defense,
Yeah.
premeditated self-defense, if you will.
The best self-defense
so yeah.
is other offense.
So this is going to go into the turn-based deal. So
Uh-huh.
you guys can roll initiative you would like to. So it's like people that pass initiative, the fast actions of the enemy, people that did not take initiative, normal actions of the enemy, and then people that failed initiative. So
I'm
whoever
taking
would like
initiative. That is an agility test. Is that correct?
it is a saving throw. It's a physical saving throw. So
Physical saving
whichever
throw.
your highest of your physical stats are, just roll it flat.
Okay. Do you have a?
The highest of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So if you have like your token selected, and then you just do the
How do you?
there.
Do you have a? Is it built into the macro?
for what?
Rolling a saving throw, or do you just got to pick the number of dice?
You just select the attribute. So if you know like which of your attributes is higher, because the first two, the brawn and agility, are physical, intellect, wisdom are mental, and then charisma and luck are fortune. So on your character sheet, if you know which of the two of those are higher, then that's the
Oh.
only thing that you have selected.
It's the
and you hit
skill
roll.
that feeds into it, not the combined total.
Right. It's so
Okay.
I just rolled
Like,
with my brawn
Yeah,
and nothing else.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am on
Yeah.
board.
There are advances that you can get that give you bonuses to initiative and stuff, and let you do extra things with your initiative.
I would be
Can you
thought.
push
but
initiative?
You can.
Nope.
All right. So you take it 1 physical damage. You fail. And so it looks like John's the only person that succeeded their initiative.
Yeah.
So she's going to go first then with that. So she sees you all kind of go off and huddle. And as you guys are doing that, she sets her tea down and slides a few things around. And as you turn around and break out, and you're getting ready to attack her, she says like, oh, pity. And with that, she's going to cast a spell and try and get vines to come out and grapple you guys.
I knew it was going to happen. I've watched anime.
Uh huh.
So you hear the floorboards creak.
Yeah, this ain't
Right.
Kiki's delivery service. This is an evil witch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Named Irgith. Ergith.
That's her. Yeah, Ergith. She gets this many dice.
Really, what this comes down to is that she didn't have cookies, though.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, she did not. She had
Yeah.
tea. That was better.
Oh,
That's
Uh, She rolled horrendously and is not going to push that. So you hear the floorboards creak, and you see some vines kind of like pop out and splinter, but you guys are able to move out of the way of them. And with that, John, it's your turn.
All right. I am going to cast my melee combat spell, or cantrip, I
Okay.
should say, which basically causes like large spider mandibles to emerge out of my face, and I'm going to bite her. Try to anyway.
Okay.
Let's see. That and then 13.
One success.
I'll take it.
Okay. That one success, you are roll one impact die there and there'll be a 1d6.
Okay.
Just one
Ah.
damage, and it seems to not make it through, just barely. It's kind of like this little bit of a barrier. Like as you go to bite her,
tough lady.
your mandibles kind of slow a little bit just before they make contact, and she's able to step out of the way before they pinch together. And she chuckles a little bit at that and says, like, "Oh, you're one of her spiderlings."
Oh.
And then everyone else, whatever order you want to go in.
I'm going to throw an axe at her.
Okay.
Do I just...
I'll be ranged.
So, agility test?
Yep. So I have your token selected. That'll be agility. And then, yeah, you don't have ranged. So just roll it as that. And then this is context of nature or occult. I forgot to mention that.
I have a cult, mercifully. Aha! A success.
Nice. There you go. 6. That hits. Roll your impact on that. Just d6.
2. Oh boy.
2. Okay. That hits. It also seems to not be fully effective, but you do see it like cut through her dress just like a little bit on the shoulder, draw some blood.
I just imagine I hit her with the stick part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Akar, how are you attacking?
I was probably gonna do some stabbing, so
Let me do remote stabbing, and then you can close up and do close range stabbing.
yeah,
Yeah.
That way
that's
I don't.
efficiency.
Yeah, I don't want to remotely stab you by mistake.
It would happen. So
Joe, would you say that we are in common or urban?
No.
Okay, I tried.
It's nature or occult.
Let me check my advancements. Okay.
And then I will say too, you're within one zone of them. So
What does that even mean?
that means that it is harder to hit people that are that close to you with the ranged.
Unless I got point blank.
That is true. So you get advantage on that. So normally you'd lose 2 dice, but now you gain an additional die.
Okay, well, let me roll that additional die. Okay, I am going to take advantage of my halfling ability. Once per session, I can re-roll an agility test.
Okay. You can do that.
All right. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, no.
Joe. Joe.
Why
I'm
would
not
you let
sure.
me
Push it if you want.
I'm not sure how you did this, but I know you did this.
That was pretty bad. That's pretty much exactly what she rolled when I tried to cast a spell too. She got 3
shit.
ones, so I wasn't gonna push it.
Okay.
But yeah, you launch your arrow, but it does not connect. It just kind of goes wide and sticks in the wall. Dan, your turn.
cookies.
You got 1 success.
I did.
All right.
We'll call that probably good enough.
Yeah. So roll your impact, your 1d6 there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't-
Just one.
Yeah. Don't forget, people, if you fail the
So-
test, to mark the checkbox in advancements.
True. Yeah. For the exp, you get an experience point if you fail a test at least once.
I failed it gloriously.
Yeah.
I might as well have failed it for all it did.
Unfortunate. Yeah. So you do the one, same kind of thing. Like you swing at her, it just barely doesn't connect. And next round rolls around. Whoever wants to do initiative, do
A
your
really
test
durable
there.
shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, I passed.
Chuck passed. John failed.
Oh
And
no.
Dan.
Yep.
Hey,
Nice. Nice.
Okay.
It looks like it's
So-
gonna be that kind of game.
Right?
Chuck and Jake, you guys could go first.
I'll attack her with a whip.
Okay.
A Colt.
Yep. Colt or nature. And then this would be a melee.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh no.
no.
You know, I'm gonna
These rolls
push
are
it just
not
because
good
I'm an
tonight.
idiot. Ah, there we
Yeah,
go.
too physical.
Yep.
And
Well, I can mark down failed
right.
roll now.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Mark 2 physical is like one of the vines kind of that was half summoned from her spell earlier, just kind of reaches out and cuts at your ankles there. Chuck.
Yeah, remote stab.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a
Yeah, one success. Yeah. Roll your impact.
And my impact for my shooty shoot is a d6. 2.
These are low rolls, but you hit.
I hit.
It connects. Just barely.
Yeah.
All right. So it kind of glances off her side and, like, again, leaves like just a little bit of a cut as it goes past her. Okay. Then with that, it's going to be her full turn since the other two of you failed. So she kind of tries to do this again where she starts summoning. You see that, like, it seems to be kind of like the beads and jewelry that she's wearing that are glowing strangely. That seems to be like her spell focus, and has her hands out. You hear the floorboards creak once again. And I was supposed to do that as a private roll, but now you know
But
how
you
many dice she
didn't,
has.
Joe.
Okay.
he's got
Two
a few
successes.
of them.
She does. So she's going to hurt herself just a little bit as it draws back. You can see it kind of like saps away at her a little bit.
We don't have to
Um,
succeed in attacks against her. We just have to wait for her to fail in attacks.
There we go.
Really bad. Yeah.
Yep, even at bad guys take push damage. But she's going to hit with this. And she's going to spend one of those sixes to root people. And so it's only going to do a d6 of damage to everybody. But it'll try to, like, hold on to your guys' ankles so you're not able to move.
This is where Joe rolls a 6.
Darn near. Yeah.
4 damage.
Ouchies.
all right,
This would be
so
4 physical damage.
I only had 2 left. So
Okay.
what do I get? Fatigue now?
Yeah, so if you have no fatigue, then you just mark 1 fatigue there.
Okay.
And then you're going to take a immediate.
Do I click
Yep.
fatigue?
Just, yeah, increment it up by 1.
Yep.
You don't have to roll it the first time.
Okay.
Conditions, immediate. Roll a d12.
Oh, shit. I do really think.
All right, you're knocked prone. So that kind of makes sense. You're hit by this,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
so it not only gets onto your ankles, but it, like, completely pulls you down. So you're rooted and held prone.
Just a little trippy trip.
Yeah.
Joe, do you ever think about renaming the push mechanic in this?
To what?
The salt and pepper mechanic. That way people know that they're supposed to push it real good.
Oh,
It didn't cross my mind.
Well,
But
you're welcome.
we'll comment it in. We'll see. See if it makes it through dev edits.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you're knocked prone there. You just have that one fatigue. So basically, you're guaranteed the first condition that you take. It'll your health stays all the way damaged from an immediate. If you take a lingering, it clears whatever type of health that you took it in. If you take a critical, it clears all of your damage across all of your. So you're staying at max. So your next hit will also deal a condition if it goes through your armor, and you'll just keep getting hit by like immediate conditions until you roll higher on that. So I think both of the people that succeeded their initiative checks went correct.
Yep.
Yes.
And she just
And then she did hers. So now, whoever failed, was that
it was
Jake
me.
and John? Or Dan and John?
Dan and John, yeah.
Okay.
Dawn
Yeah,
go
whoever
first?
wants to go first.
I got an
or
idea.
Jan?
Since I'm laying here prone and held, entangled, rooted, I would like to use my cantrip, my athletics cantrip, and
Okay.
I'm gonna try to yoink that millstone with the handle. Is that attached to anything?
It's kind of like slotted in to the
Okay.
top. There's like a gear that it's in.
Okay. Because I'd like to try to like yoink it if I could
Good. Yeah.
towards her. So
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, it would probably like pop out of the gear and it would just be the crank itself.
that's fine.
Yeah, you can certainly do that. Oof.
Oh, why the hell not? I'm gonna push. Ouch! And I
The vines
and I take that
constrict you
as
more
physical.
and-
So
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, you throw your spell out. It doesn't quite connect, and then the vines just continue to just pinch away at you.
All
Damage.
so does that up
And then
my
Dan.
does that up my fatigue at
Oh
all?
yeah,
or
then you
anything?
take another condition. Yep. So now push your fatigue button first and then up it by 1.
Okay.
Okay. So you don't get a lingering or a critical.
Yeah.
So you just take another immediate. Roll a d12. Back up. You feel compelled to retreat to a friend in another zone with your next move, and this doesn't really do anything because you're rooted.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'd like to get out of here now.
yeah, that's what you try to do, but you're just kind of wriggling, stuck in place. So
Damn.
Beginning
Okay.
to feel like we made a mistake.
shh, it's fine. We got
she's only
this.
taken some damage, mostly from herself.
Yeah. Honestly, I came into this with only like 2 health remaining because I screwed myself last session trying to sprout spider legs. So
Oh yeah, you hurt
What?
yourself a few times from magic.
Okay, go get it.
I will not
Dan.
go get it, Dan.
There's
You
a bug in
are-
Rosley's room.
No,
Oh yeah.
terrifying.
So you are rooted, Dan, but you are right next to her, so within the same zone. Basically, rooted means you can't change zones, but you're all close enough that it doesn't matter a whole lot.
Well, because it's
Guys are
been going
not
so well
friendly
for
tonight.
everyone. There we go.
Hey, you got one? Yeah. It's gonna be 1 physical as the vine tightens on you as you're
Is it
kind of trying to
physical
move
because I'm
against it.
spell casting? That's one thing I'm trying to remember.
So it's physical. What's your casting attribute?
It is occult, so that's why it would be physical, right?
Yeah, you're casting context. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. That whatever your context is determines the type of push damage that you take. So occult is physical, arcane is mental, and then fortune is from
Just
religion.
trying to remember where we were.
Yep. So one physical. And
All
it pierces
right, let's
through
see
armor on a
another.
push.
Hey,
Hey, that's pretty good. That's a very solid hit.
some damages.
Nice.
Yeah.
Damage.
You actually see like you cut through and you leave a pretty good gash in the side of her. With this, what does your weapon look like as you're doing it? Because this is your like magic melee.
I think by normal, it's just going to be a sword.
Okay,
Is it a glowy
that
sword?
works.
I kind of still like, and this is a dumb one. I like the unlimited Bladeworks saber sword where it's invisible,
Ooh.
Sure.
but there's like a little windy
Yeah.
effect to it. But
Yeah,
then
and
you
it can
never
take
know
pretty much
what side-
whatever flavor you want. So same thing. You swing just the hilts, and you see this like you see the fabric and like her flesh get cut in that pattern where the sword should be, but can't see the blade. All right. With that, it's another round. If you want to do initiative,
Yes.
It's been going so well. Let's do it again.
Yeah, that's
Don't stop
Yep.
while you're ahead.
Oh, I do
wow,
like
everyone
this.
passed initiative.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Shit's turning around.
Yeah. Okay. Whoever wants to go.
And anybody want to go first?
Eckhart. Why don't you go?
Whip it good.
Oh, he's gonna whip it.
Al's got it.
Oh, baby, look at that.
Oh, you
2
might.
successes. All right. Yep. So that's 2 impact dice. So whatever there'll be 2d6 for you.
Yep.
Lonan, are you still
Bing,
pinned
bang,
down?
boom.
Yep.
Yep, he is. 7. That's also a very solid
wow.
hit. She's
That's
looking
good.
very hurt with that. Still up though.
Can Lonan and I combine turns and I can try and help him up? If you want that, Lonan.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep. Yeah, I could say you can spend your swift actions to do that.
Okay, cool. I'll swift action
Yep.
to help Lonan up and then slow action to shooty shoot.
It'll be like both of your swift actions breaking out of
Mhm.
and for you to stand as well. That'll be
Yeah. Okay.
to unroot and stand. It'll be all of your swift actions. Yeah, you still get your main action to do your
Well, take
bow
your
or spell, whatever.
shot there if you'd like.
Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10. Gat gat, motherfucker.
Ooh,
Wow.
Nice.
I'm gonna push.
Okay.
3
nice, baby,
successes.
look at that.
Nice.
All right. Roll that damage.
Roll that beautiful bean footage. So for every additional success, I can add another damage die.
Yes. Yep. So by default, every success counts as another die. If you take certain advances, you can spend those to turn them into like conditions or
Okay.
status effects that you inflict.
How's 13?
13 is a lot.
Yeah.
That goes through her second wind as well. So you just kill her.
Nice.
She's supposed to have like a half health second wind thing, but nope. She's just like straight in the throat and pinned to the wall. And yeah, you see all the vines and stuff. The floorboards kind of stop creaking and they kind of shrivel up and then start to slunk back down. You see like a lot of the color in the house kind of fades too. But its integrity isn't compromised, but just everything looks slightly aged all of a sudden.
Sure.
As this
That's like poopy.
arrow pins her. She tries to talk a little bit. It's just like,
Oh, I just go wiggle the arrow a little bit to keep her quiet.
yeah, and then she dies.
I'm gonna go retrieve the
crank.
handle, the crank.
I'm gonna
Okay.
yell out to those boys like, "Hey, If you're in here, you should come out. There's something you should see.
You hear muffled like and you hear some of the floorboards are kind of like bouncing a little bit.
Oh shit!
They're
I'll
pounding up against it.
start-
You just hear this muffled like, "Help!"
Oh, I'll start trying to pull up floorboards and shit.
Yeah.
Okay. It seems to be a lot easier. Like the wood seems to be aging almost quickly as you're pulling through it, and it's like kind of soft in some places. As you rip it up, where you heard them, it looks like they were completely covered and wrapped like cocoons in these vines underneath the floorboards. But the vines are just kind of withering away and dying, and they're clawing out, and some of them are gasping for air and spitting leaves out and stuff, and they'll climb out and get into the room with you guys.
What did we learn today?
Well, I mean, she doesn't do this when we don't get followed.
Wrong. She didn't have cookies.
She usually just has tea, but it tastes
That's-
really weird, so we don't take it.
That's your first warning right there.
Yeah. What demented sociopath gives fucking tea to a bunch of fucking kids? Like,
Yeah,
English.
I don't like being here very much.
well, good news. You don't have to come back.
Yeah,
He's dead.
That's good.
I mean, not quite. You can go poker some.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, at this point too, you start to hear like there's these weird like creaking and groanings. You hear branches snapping, all sorts of like wood just breaking and creaking.
I'm gonna look
outside,
out the door.
It sounds like.
yeah. It sounds
Is it-
like a good opportunity to leave.
Is it the rune warded trees like collapsing?
It looks, yes. So you see like the parts of the rune warded trees, like the bark's getting stripped away, and they're all kind of glowing a little bit. You'll see them like compressing and breaking. And as they do, like when you look at one of these trees and it starts to crack and the rune integrity
shit.
breaks, the vision like past that point looks weird, and you see like these weird kind of shimmery lines, like
I know what
there's like
these
two
are.
forests overlaid on top of each other.
Guys, these are
Seems
the
to be-
missing Entwives.
Well, we
Oh,
just
no.
killed them. Yay!
All dead.
Sorry,
Now
tree
they'll never
beard.
have to worry about finding them again.
Yeah, you're seeing this like weird shimmering of like like kind of the horizon of the trees. It seems to be like changing back and forth a little bit.
Is there anything important to steal here? Because I feel like it's important that we steal here.
That's what I was waiting for as well. Like
Yeah,
Lonan's
there's
got the
all
crank.
sorts.
Yep.
Right. Yep. You have the crank. There is all sorts of like alchemical and apothecary type ingredients and things. She's got these beads on her that are her like spell component or her spell focus. So those are probably
we can
pretty
liberate that.
valuable.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I think just
she's still just pinned there.
however much moments I can, I steal.
I'll say if you get the sense that you don't want to spend a lot of time here with all the sounds you're hearing outside. So everyone can grab one thing. You've got the crank. Someone can grab the spell components. Or
I'll probably
spell
grab
focus.
her fancy beads and I'll wear them
Oh, God.
along with everything else.
Sure.
I'll look so pretty.
You immediately feel like kind of that same sensation anytime that you touch a spell focus that you're like, you could feel like you can attune to it. And then there's just random piles here and there of just, there is the tea on the table. There's some bread, but there's a lot of like hanging spell and dried herbs and things.
Does the bread at least have bananas in it?
Doesn't look like it.
What good is this lady?
Knock the tea on the
Boring.
floor, stomp on the bread on the
Flip
ground.
the fucking table. Now I just grab something random off the fucking shelves. Like I'm not spending too much time thinking
Okay.
about it. I just yoink and run out.
As you flip the tea, it looked like there was a little thing of extra tea bags or sugar cubes at first. And as that spills over and lands, it was actually just a bunch of spider egg sacs that burst and just little spiders scurry off.
She was gonna get us with screwy tea after all.
She was going to
Yeah.
give us gut
Oh,
spiders.
absolutely.
That was some
Oh.
surprise violence right there.
Those might grow up to be trapdoor spiders. They just
Good
trap
for them.
the wrong door.
Right.
Yeah, butthole.
Oh no!
All of the kids are just running out of the house at this point, and they're running away. Like, they seem to be running off into the forest. And then one of them's like about to run kind of in the direction where one of these trees is like breaking, snapping. It's got the weird runes. And one of them grabs like the back of their shirt and they're like, no, this way. They're pulling him.
Oh, I thought for sure you'd get pulled in by the singularity and crushed.
Oh, I was going to
So let's follow the kids.
Yeah, that's a good
probably
idea.
a good idea.
So as they start running away, I'm actually going to roll to see if any of them.
If you
Let's
go the right way.
do-
Joe, I do have a question about that. Do all of these kids, would you say that they've got their parents?
Not with them
they-
right now, but
Not
you
with
know.
them.
Okay, so they
But do
they
they-
do
yeah.
have parents.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
You're
I'm
saying
wishing
none
the
of
best
them
for
are
these
orphans.
children. I am.
Yes.
So some of them
I
are
don't
not
think they were
orphans
orphans.
yet.
Yeah. As far as you know, they weren't orphans. Like, a few of them had siblings and parents. Like,
But you can
remember
have
from your
siblings as an
conversations.
orphan, Joe.
I don't recall
True,
seeing an
yeah.
orphanage in the town.
I mean,
Well,
more,
it's never too
like
late.
you were talking to one of their siblings in town, and then they had parents. So like
Oh, okay. I'm connecting those dots then. Okay.
that's what I meant to say. But yeah, you don't remember them being orphans.
Okay. I was over here like, fuck. Joe thinks orphans can only be
And the farmer was
only kids.
complaining about that as well.
God damn, Dan, your chances of being an orphan just went up.
It's possible.
He's like, I have a brother and a sister, you dick.
Let's see
An orphan. Yeah.
if these kids.
What's that?
Oh,
I still got my parents so far. Not an orphan yet.
no.
Oh shit! I was taking a crack at only kids, and I'm an only kid now. Got myself.
All right. So you guys are running. As you're running, kind of the kids are spreading out a little bit, and you see one of them is like a little bit to the fringe of the group, and they just are gone. You don't see where they went. Like they went around a tree, and kind of how this hut just appeared out of nowhere when you walked around one of the trees. Same thing with him. Like you look around the tree that he went past, and they're pretty thin trees, and he's just not there anymore. As you're
Either
running
he
by a few
chose
other
poorly
trees,
or
he pops
chose
back
wisely.
in, and you see him again for a little bit, and then he's gone again. So
Do we have to save this kid?
and all the other kids seem to be making their way out.
I'll
mean,
go
can't-
after that kid.
I'll go with you.
Can we?
Listen, we're assholes, but we're not villains yet.
These kids
Okay.
have parents.
Can pay us
That's
money
so far.
for saving their children.
See?
Okay, all right. When you put it
All
that
right.
way,
I'll turn this. So this is going to be a skill challenge for everyone that's wanting to participate in it. And basically, you're trying to wrangle this kid back in. So you're getting the sense that this clearing that this hut was in was not actually in the forest that you guys went into. It's like in another location, and it's got some sort of anchor
little
That
pocket dimension sort of
transports
thing.
you. Yeah, and it looks like those runes were what was anchoring it. Those are being broken as they're not maintained anymore. And so it looks like this kid is like wherever this actually was. And that's
Okay.
kind of like where they're trapped at. So this is however you guys feel like wrangling him back in, getting called back over, like whatever you guys want to do. We're going to need 4 successes.
All right.
How about
I would
I
like
feed one of
Oh,
you guys
hang
a
on.
rope, and I'll stay here so you can come back.
Maybe. We can see. Lonan, what do you got?
I was gonna activate my spider eyes cantrip and see if I could spot him to call him out.
Okay. Yeah.
Every time you activate your spider eyes, though, you have to yell out, "My brand."
My brand.
Okay.
What do your special eyes see?
No, it's what do your spider eyes see? It's a commercial joke
So yeah,
that
It's
existed.
one of the best commercials that ever
Yeah.
commercialed.
I have no idea.
I will find it and send it to you, so
Get up.
you can not
Push
feel the
it.
same way that we feel about it. But
That was
Oh.
Well, I got a
success.
success.
But you
What
have
does
a
that
cult,
go
right?
against?
It's my
Is-
stuff is a cult, so it's physical. So I take enough.
So it's more physical damage. So you're gonna take
Yep.
another fatigue.
Does that move it up
And-
to whatever the medium fatigue is?
I rolled it.
So it's just based off. You roll whatever your current fatigue is, and if you get any ones, they count as it. So potentially you could not get them
Yeah.
for
Okay.
a long time.
So since his fatigue is now 2, he rolls 2d6.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and then it increments up to 1,
Okay.
to 3.
Okay.
Roll another d12. Seven. This one's also not bad. So, outburst. You lose concealment or draw attention to yourself.
Hey, that makes sense because I
So-
did get a success, and I was like, "He's over there."
Yeah, yeah. So you're just very loud, and it's kind of like your character gets like a little bit frustrated or whatever as well as this happens. So, yeah, outburst. Okay, so we've got 1 success. We need 3 more.
So I know you like your rope, but this kid's moving, and Lonan pointed out where he's at, and we need to stop him from moving. So I try to wing him. Yeah,
just shoot him right through the leg.
just
That'll stop him.
listen. It's I shoot him through the leg so we can retrieve him, or he's gone forever.
I mean, really, it's about the same difference. So
Just go for the meat of the leg.
Joe,
I'm gonna say if you're I'll let you do it, but it's gonna take an extra success to not like kids
Hit an
don't have
artery.
very much health. So
okay. Would you say this is
So-
urban or common?
no. Well, the kid is common technically.
Oh,
So yeah. I'll give it to you for that.
there you go.
He is a common child.
So it's gonna take an extra success. If
Jake.
you roll an extra success, I'm not gonna make you roll damage. If you only get 1 success though,
I roll damage.
you roll damage.
He's about to be a common
Oh, wait.
casualty.
Hey, I do need to correct Jake on something because Jake said something that I cannot let stand. Jake said he is a common kid. The correction is was. Oh, I got 3
Oh,
successes.
snap.
Not.
Oh my
Successes.
gosh.
All right. Fantastic. Yeah, narrate. So you like perfectly, you're like able to pin his clothes or something. How do you picture this arrow?
Yeah,
like?
I'm tracking. I let the arrow go. And like as he's running, like his legs are like crossing together, and I just hit that spot right between his legs that just gets the back of one pant leg and the front of the other one, and he just goes like whipping and tumbling and landing on the ground. Didn't hurt him,
Okay.
took it down, and
Yep.
I distressed his jeans, so they're worth more now.
Also
So
true.
basically, you stuck the stick in the bicycle spokes.
I did,
You
I did,
prevented
I
him
really
from
did.
running farther away from
I like
you guys, basically.
Oh,
So
hang on a
with that,
second,
because
Joe.
it costs an extra success, it's going to give you 2 towards the.
no. I want to push.
More importantly, now we need those genes.
It's 4 successes,
Oh.
Joe.
There you go. That is the other 3 successes that you need. So you pin him perfectly with your arrow. and it makes it easy for him to retrieve. You guys had to point it out. You're able to drag him back in. This entire time too, like these runes are flicking off and on and kind of crackling as they're, so you're able to pull them back in as it flicks back on. You guys are back in the forest.
At this point, it's really less about him and more about those genes, though.
Yeah,
So
it really is.
Yeah. Priorities.
they're gonna be worth a fortune.
Yeah, the resale value through the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, the arrow jeans, real popular.
Just think, if we donated those jeans to Goodwill now, they could sell it for easily like $300.
Yeah. And then we could
Goodwill,
write that
well-known.
off on our taxes.
We could. Holy shit. Lollygaggers, welcome. Thank you for the raid. I just want you to know that we had a problem and the solution was to shoot a kid.
Yep.
He's fine.
This is in fact accurate.
Towards
no,
his safety.
He was running towards
Yeah.
a dangerous thing and I used an arrow to trip him. So it
Yes.
it was more cowbell. The
roll-
solutions, it's always more cowbell. I can't do Christopher
Right.
Walken's. Jake, give me a Christopher
Right,
Walken's.
We gotta have more cowbell.
Perfect.
I tried.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
I've
So
got
with
a
that,
fever.
you're able to retrieve the
One more
kid.
cowbell.
You guys make it out.
Holy prescriptions.
There's enough time with these runes and things just barely holding this little pocket spot together. You make it back into the original forest, and there's just this really loud pop and crack, almost like thunder, as you see the last of the trees kind of explode. And as they explode, they just disappear. And there's this like hole in the forest now. There's just kind of this empty clearing where a lot of trees are missing. The clearing that's missing is not quite as big as what it was when you were there.
Oh, it's
But,
like some Doctor Who shit. Also, Ashley, thanks for that sub. That's
A little bit.
fantastic. We appreciate that.
Yeah. So there's just this small, probably like 20-foot diameter circle of a missing spot in the middle of this forest, which is cleared away. We're back.
Nice.
All the kids are there, and they're like looking back, and a few of them are like still running, but 3 of them have stayed back with the other kid, and they're checking him, and he says like, "Oh, thanks," and he joins and runs off as well.
We're heroes, right?
I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We saved
I
the
would-
kids. We got rid of the smelly lady without cookies.
You got the crank?
She had
I got
spider
crank.
tea. Spider tea.
Fucking
Spider tea,
spider
yes.
tea.
Spider tea, yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it gives me ideas, but
It would
Yeah.
kind of be in your wheelhouse,
Oh, God,
wouldn't it?
I am. Yeah, I'm
It's
so
okay, it's
sorry
okay.
about that,
I
Logan. I
mean-
didn't mean to.
yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's not like I wanted to do this, so
I don't want to drink
Got the train.
spiders. No offense.
Did you
they
ever
don't
like?
want to be drank.
Right.
I mean, honestly,
Did you ever like?
they
Like?
prefer to drink you. Actually,
Oh,
yeah, they
guess-
See, that
clean you up,
checks.
inject you with some things, dissolve you, and then slurp you up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
See, I don't want that either. So I guess it's mutual then.
yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Have you ever heard of like sneezing powder there, Lonan?
I have.
Do you ever think about like instead of sneezing powder, you just get like a bag full of like really tiny baby spiders, and like for your attack, you just grab a handful and just like blow it at people like sneezing powder, and then
Pocket spiders.
pocket
Pocket
spiders.
spiders.
Pocket
Yeah.
spiders.
Oh my gosh.
I
that would be
will. I'll
terrifying.
take that under consideration.
Yeah,
I
there's
will
those
think
little
about that.
spiders that drift on their little webs.
Right.
You know?
Right? Just like at the end of Charlotte's Web.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's a
All
real
right.
movie.
Real movie. What up?
So for the loot that you guys
Fantastic
got,
Yes.
so we got
Copyright
the crank
defenders of
and the
Cobalt.
spell focus, and then the other 2 of you just grabbed like random stuff
Yeah.
for him. Yeah. So the 2 of you that grabbed random stuff, give me roll 2d6 each of you.
I got a
Hey
7,
Joe, real
3, and a
quick
4.
random question. This crank, does it have the handle that rotates around like an actual like, so the shaft rotates around like the handle that you hold on to?
What do you mean? So like,
So if there's a place where you have your handhold, and then
Mhm.
the shaft comes like out of it, perpendicular to it, does it rotate around that handle?
Like, does the handle like
Yeah.
spin?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so I'm absolutely spinning the crank.
Does
while
it
holding
look
the
like
handle.
this?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it does
Going
that.
along.
Dan's got a
Does
crank.
that. Where you hold does have
Uh-oh.
like
I've been the bad guy the whole time.
You've been the bad guy the whole time.
You stole Percy's crank. But
You're the
but
crank
yeah, no, it
yanker.
does do that. So you're able to absolutely able to wheel it around like that. Chuck, you got a 7, and then Jake,
I did
roll
not.
2d6 as well.
I did
Oh,
not.
you didn't grab anything?
I got the hell out of there.
Oh.
Okay, that's fair. So with the 7, that on the loot table is a D6 item. So you just have a D6 occult resource of just like miscellaneous apothecary components.
I am. This is a cult.
Mhm.
I'm just going to label it as like it's a small clay jar full of white powder. So I'm going to label it as D6 occult booga sugar.
I
Okay.
knew that's where it's gonna go.
You're welcome.
And then the beads, they are a D6 spell focus that goes in the accessory slot. And they have the added bonus of being a D8 when doing herbal spellcraft checks.
Okay.
Can you cast magic?
I can.
Oh shit, sticks. Nice.
So if
Now
you
I can
you could use them to do
I know you could.
normal magic. But if you were doing like the spellcraft medium using herbal, there would be a D8 for impact instead of.
How
Do
large
they
are
have
these beads?
a context or tag?
And they would be occult. And then the tag would just be focus.
How large are these beads? Like rosary, marble, ping pong ball?
More like rosary.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Never mind.
They're like kind of like normal jewelry
Okay.
type beads. It's like a necklace, and there's
Shut
like
up,
a few-
John.
I knew where it was going.
You're gonna be a Beyblade. Let her rip.
Oh no!
That's the nice way of going with it. Yeah.
I
You
get it
just
now.
turn him around a few times and push me into a room.
Yeah. Okay.
God, Jake, this is your fault. Why do you
That-
make us such terrible people?
The views.
Oh, that's fair.
That's right. That
Yeah.
yeah. Almost forgot.
Yeah.
You guys make it out of the forest. You're north of town again. It's kind of later in the day. It's not as late as you would think it felt like, which is a little bit off. But yeah, it's still like it's not quite dusk yet. Have the crank. I haven't really got any more info on the creature that you're hunting, but you know kind of the general area. You know enough that if you set out in its location, you'd probably be able to track it. What do you want to do?
Wait till morning, track a monster?
Yeah, we need to go rest.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Fucking nap.
yeah.
Yeah.
We got our
I-
asses kicked by an old woman in a hut.
Yep.
which isn't
Yeah,
as
I mean-
uncommon as you would think.
right?
You know.
Right.
We expected
Okay.
cookies. We got an ass whooping.
I think most
make
of
your
this
way back to
campaign
the
so
inn.
far has been dealing with huts.
Yeah.
Because the library was kind of hut-ish.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just we do a lot of dealing with older women.
I mean,
It-
Al's
one way or
just-
another, maybe.
The librarian.
he's
and the witch.
Al is a special kind of big game hunter. Dealing
Yeah.
especially with large cats,
A dangerous game
Cougars.
indeed.
you might say.
Oh no. It just
Yep.
gets worse.
Okay. So yeah, you guys make it back to the inn. It's where you spoke to that tavern barkeep guy earlier. Because I think you guys secured a room there.
Of course we did. We paid like a month in
Pretty
advance.
sure you did. Yeah. So we'll say you're able to rest there. You could do a long rest. So on the long rest, because you didn't have any like lingering or any effects that were lasting on your conditions, you can just clear all of your fatigue.
Oh, nice.
Yay.
Nice.
And then everyone heals. Remind myself.
It's either-
It's the minimum, was it? Their smallest stat?
You heal the lowest stat in each pool or the highest stat in one pool.
Okay. I'm going to need that highest stat in one pool.
Yeah.
I think I'm there with you. I got my physical setting at 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I healed.
I healed.
And technically, as you guys were walking back, that could have been a short rest as well.
What do we get for that?
After the encounter. And then that is 1 health in each pool or 2 health in one pool.
Fuck, Joe. That's a decision. I'll go with 1 in each, because that'll at least put me at max for 2 out of my 3 pools.
Yeah.
And then you can still take your biggest in one.
Well, I already did that. Counting that.
Already did that.
Yeah,
Okay.
combining those two. Physical, I'm 6 of 7. Mental, 5 of 5. Fortune, 8 of 8.
Mhm. Yeah, technically, I need to be better about reminding you guys of this, but after every encounter, you're able to short rest.
Oh, okay. That is nice.
Cool.
Usually, unless there's like something immediately happening after the encounter.
Like shooting at kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So like
The post encounter.
right? Yeah, like in this case, technically that was 2 different encounters: the fight with the witch, and then the challenge to get the kids and get out of there. So you wouldn't have been able to get a short rest in between. But on the way back to town, that counted as one. But yeah, so early morning next day, you've got the crank. You told Percy to stay in the same place, and you were going to meet up with Hugh Donahue back at that first town, Westreach, if you like once you completed this job. So you know that you're going to meet back up with him anyways. So the most you know so far, and from what you've collected in town, is that people have been talking of rumors. A few hunters and things have seen this monster kind of close to the south, like eastern part of town, just a little bit out of the way. About the same distance out that you guys were for this witch hut away from town. Just kind of like in the opposite direction.
Okay. And that's where we need to go to fight the grunk.
Mhm.
Whatever
The
it's
Grusk.
called. Yeah. That's what I
Yep.
said.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think you guys had some supplies that you had gathered
do.
for that as well.
Mm-hmm.
What do we got? We got oil, rope, bear traps, and torches.
Right.
And a goat. And,
And
a
the goat.
crab.
And a go.
And a puffin.
Mhm.
Yep.
We didn't keep the chicken, though.
All important things.
Yeah, and you were told too that it's best for if you want to kill a grusk all the way, it's best for it to be well fed, because if it's kind of starved, it tries to run away. It's hard to actually fight it to the death. That's what you're told.
Yeah, we were gonna, get him invested with some food first.
That's true.
Mhm.
We better get some.
We're gonna take him to dinner first.
Yeah, so I think that's what you guys had the goat for.
Yep.
No,
was,
that doesn't sound right.
We don't sacrifice animals, just people.
Not animals that I've named. What kind of farms do they have
Okay.
around here, Joe?
You're just gonna name
there
whatever
was-
we take on the
No,
way.
I'm going to get 2 of them and only name 1.
And we'll call
Only
that
the
one our
strongest.
secret.
Only the
There
strongest
were-
survives.
Yeah.
There were definitely cows, goats, and chickens at the one farm that you guys talked to figure out where the kids were.
I want 2 chickens.
So, okay. Are you bartering for them or just snatching chickens?
We'll go talk to the farmer.
One and then the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've
Okay.
layers to our plans, Joe. Come on.
Sure. So you go back out there. You go back to this farmer. I can't remember if I named him.
It was
time.
Farmer.
Farmer John, obviously.
God damn it.
I don't remember.
John, what was I going to name this chicken?
Oh, you had said it too.
Yeah. All I remember
Yeah.
is
I think it's
It
in the
was-
It's
chat.
been too long.
I'm looking for it.
Yeah, I don't have it in my notes. We'll just say Farmer Elroy. Old man Elroy. You guys were out talking to him. He's the one that you were talking to that he was complaining about all the kids harassing his,
Oh, I know.
his animals and stuff before.
that's right. He
We
owes
get
us.
back out to him. Yeah. Yeah, you have a little bit built up. You got the kids to leave him alone. So you haven't talked to him since that. So he might be more willing to part with some chickens. But
Where was
he's
it,
out
John?
there. You see him
It's in
tending
the
to his
episode discussion.
animals.
Cat's Dice Goblin had put
I
it in
knew
there.
it was Kat that said it.
Just scrolling through.
Hmm.
Hang on, Joe. This is important.
Yep.
Here it is. You're not getting a
good show.
chicken. Oh, it's Punky Rooster. Okay. That's it.
Rooster.
There it is.
Kat's not watching
Yeah.
right now, but Kat, if you watch the VOD in the future, thank you for that.
So yeah, you come up to old man Elroy's farm. He's out there actually like dropping bird seed for all the little chickens to come over and peck at right now. So
Hello,
this guy's back to you.
old man Elroy.
Doesn't hear you.
Hey, you dick.
He kind of perks up and spins around, spills everywhere. Like, what?
We
you
scared
guys.
those kids really good, so you don't have to worry about them anymore.
Yeah, they weren't by this morning. That was good.
We fixed that for you, and I'm yelling very loud to convey that he's hard of hearing.
Yeah.
Yes. That
We've-
helps them hear better.
We've got another problem. You can help.
Maybe. What do you need?
2 chickens.
2 chickens. Well, that's a big ask. You
One,
didn't help me.
we did help you with those kids, and 2, we're using these chickens to kill the grusk that's living around outside of town causing trouble for the town.
It's for the greater
That
good.
is valuable.
I
If it's
would.
not dead in a week, I'm gonna need another chicken.
How about
I'll give you
financial?
one for the kids.
Okay. Okay. Absolutely. Would you please hand one of the chickens to me? And then please hand
Just
the.
like not even looking, he just like snatches one by the neck
Okay.
and just picks it up.
Thank you. Come with me, Punky Rooster. The other one, I need you to hand it to anyone but me.
Same thing, he like catches another one without even looking at it and
This is important to the process.
It really
looks
is.
at each of you. And he's gonna look at you, Jake, and just throw it. Catch.
I will attempt to catch this fluttering winged death bird.
You're able to. It just kind of flutters in your face a little bit, but you've got it.
So it doesn't do like the cuckoos
Chuckles
and
a
just throws thousands of us at once and kills us.
No.
Good.
No. You're not getting
Not
Zelda.
yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
But all right, you've got 2 chickens. One named and one not.
I very much, now that I know that Jake has that chicken, I'm avoiding eye contact with Jake and the chicken.
Oh no.
That's important to the
I
strategy.
will not be holding this chicken by the neck. At least not in public.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
carrying Punky Rooster, talking. introducing him to Puffin Daddy Brian Crabston, and that's all she goat.
Well,
Got a
is
lot
it
of
a
animals.
hen or is it a rooster?
I was definitely two hens. You wouldn't have given
Isn't
roosters.
Punky? Let me do some googling on Punky Brewster real quick. That's a band,
And they're definitely, like,
right? No, Punky
Kind
Brewster's
of
a person.
older.
No, that was
It's a TV show. Holy fuck sticks! I thought it was a fucking band.
No.
What is wrong with me?
I have no idea.
Well,
Too late now.
fairly
Already
popular at
committed.
the time.
Solier,
Again, it's
Moon
another
Fry.
reference, a joke that I
It's
have
from
no idea what you're going for.
the 80s.
The before times.
Well, listen, the main character, Punky Brewster, she is, a young girl. So I feel like Punky Brewster is still applicable. And besides, who cares? Let this rooster live its best life. Let this chicken live its best life.
Sure.
Sure.
What about that chicken? I mean, can you look in
This
those
chicken's
eyes?
gonna die. Horrible death. It's not even gonna get fried.
Really don't appreciate you right now for this. I walk ahead
All
of
right.
Al. That way I can't see it accidentally.
I heard a song once. This bard was singing about something about in the arms of an angel. It was something about their dog. It was it's very sad. Had the
Yeah.
entire tavern weeping.
Oh my gosh. In the arms of... Shut up, Celine.
Sarah McLachlan.
The only answer is we got to get there fast before it's
Sarah
too late.
McLachlan, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You know what? I blame Celine Dion anyway.
That seems fair, actually.
And she's Canadian. It's okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
All right. You guys heading straight to where you think this Grusk is at?
I don't know. Matt and
Yeah,
Maitre are both
absolutely.
Canadian, and they're both pretty cool. So
That's true. That's true.
2 out of the entire country.
I don't know. Bret Hart's pretty rad.
Is he Canadian?
Most very good comedians are
Yeah.
Canadian.
Ryan Reynolds, too.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, but who cares about
wow.
Ryan Reynolds?
Shatner.
Shatner was the
I
worst
mean-
Star Trek captain.
Yeah, now.
I mean, when he was the only one, yes, he was the best.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Janeway takes the lead by far. That was a comment just to piss off Star Trek nerds. I'm sorry, everyone.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
know
Voyager,
nothing about Star
but
Trek.
We
That
know
probably
there
will
was a
piss people
one
off
shot
more.
about that, Joe.
Yeah. I thought all of the cast weren't even real people. I thought they were randomly generated names.
Who's LeVar Burton?
I didn't know
He's the
any
guy
of them.
who sells snowboard gear, right?
It's Shaun White.
Yeah. I don't know who that is either. But, anyways, you guys are heading out to the Grusk. It's still pretty early morning. You've got your chickens, a goat, yourselves, Puffin, crab, all sorts of things. And then your barrels and bear traps and rope.
And
And you
oil.
head out. Yeah.
That's right.
Yep. Just travel for a bit. It's just a few hours away. Who wants to do a navigate test or something like that to search for it? It's either you can do like a navigate or an observe, something like that to see if you can find your way based off the clues that you have.
I call not it.
I'll
Go for
you
it.
got something out?
Nope.
Okay. I'll do observe.
Only
Or
two
you
people
got
got
something,
that
Dan?
one.
What's
Dan
that?
and I got it. Nose goes.
Yeah, that's right.
What is it under?
This will be nature.
Which is exactly why I'm not taking it.
Mhm.
Would you say this was urban or common?
No, it's nature.
Fuck.
Well, I got a success.
Okay. Yeah. So that one success. You're after you're traveling for a while, you didn't get there like quite as direct as you thought, but this area is kind of matching up with the descriptions that you got. You have a feeling that you're in the general area of where this Grusk is rumored to be hiding out, where people have encountered them a lot on their hunting and things. So you're in the area. If you're wanting to find more specifics of like maybe a cave or if it's left any tracks or anything behind, you'll have to do other things to sort of narrow it down from here. But you're pretty close. That's what you feel. Is there any setup or what's the next step you guys feel is getting closer?
All right.
I turn and look at Al, the monster hunter.
Well, if we need to lure this monster out with feeding it, I mean, we got a perfectly good chicken here.
Yeah.
All right, little buddy, you got one job to do. Go find something to eat you.
Just throw the
It
chicken.
just runs away.
You throw it, it runs off. Doesn't like completely run out of sight of you guys, but it just like runs until it finds something to start pecking away at and eating.
I will watch this creature from afar.
See it just pecking.
I have my eyes hard on the ground because something terrible has happened on our journey here.
What's that?
I came up with the name for the other fucking chicken.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The other chicken?
Yes. God damn it, Hennifer
This
Garner. I don't want anything bad to happen to you.
I don't
Jennifer
no.
Garner's going to get
Jennifer Gardner, alias, TV. She's an actress, movies.
Okay.
Fuck.
I might recognize them. I don't know the name off the top of my head though.
All right, come back, chicken. It's too dangerous now.
No, I'm not interrupting the plan, but when the plan starts happening, if oh Joe, she played Elektra in the Ben Affleck
okay.
Daredevil movie.
I know that then. She can't wake up.
Wake me up inside.
We can't wake
Sorry.
up.
Save me. God damn it, Joe. You started this.
Yeah. All
I'll
right.
start
You
making
throw,
like sounds that people
making
make whenever
quite
they're
a
injured.
lot
Like,
of-
yeah.
there's quite a lot of animal noises coming from your group. You've got a goat, 2 chickens. You're puffing.
Brian
4 of
Crabston.
you. Like,
I don't
yeah.
know what noise crabs make.
Just clack, clack.
Clickety
Clack,
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 clickety
clack.
clack.
Yeah,
Yeah. EDM rave music.
Yeah.
probably yes.
That's when they're
Brian,
about to fight.
I am
Pocket
going to
crab has
teach.
your wisdom.
Eventually, I'm going to teach Brian Crabston to talk, and I just want him to say, "I am the danger," and then clack 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 clack.
I mean, that checks out.
Yeah.
I am the one who clacks.
Well, you know, you've got enough animal noises.
Bonus
and
XP to
whatnot.
Jake.
I suppose if we just wait, it's gonna just show up. I think.
Yeah.
That was a painful push. You guys hear a very loud, like, snap of a tree branch, something like that, a little ways away. You don't see anything as you look over there.
I think it worked.
Here.
Good job, chicken.
Oh no, my ankle. Ow. Someone don't eat me, please.
Oh no! Why did this barbecue sauce land on my butt? Trying to
How
make
are
us
you
more appetizing.
hurting all of these animals there, Chuck?
Well, Brian Crabston sets in a shirt pocket that I keep wet.
I think the crab and the puffin, I know that you've got like pretty much on you.
I would have made a handbag to keep Punky Rooster in, and then
Like a bowling ball case.
exactly, yes, exactly like that.
Yeah.
And that's all she goes. I've just got her on a little lead.
Okay.
I would like to pull out one of the bear traps and start setting those.
Okay. Yeah.
We should probably
You can do so.
We got a
put these
barrel
out.
of oil. Am I remembering that correctly?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yep.
Wherever Hennifer Garner is, I'm going to ask a car or Al to pour oil out around the chicken.
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay. You so. It's kind of you're in like a sparse forest. There's trees like every so often, but it's not super like forested. You can see pretty
Yeah. I'll get
far out in all directions.
a little chunk of rag or something, wrap it around an arrowhead, soak it in oil. That way when this thing goes
Okay.
for the chicken, I shoot the oil, it catches on fire. And then we have a rotisserie chicken for dinner as well.
Yeah. Do you are you constraining the chicken in any way to this?
That's not a question
To
for
the
me.
area?
That is not a question for me.
I suppose I could break its legs. I mean, if that's what we're after. I mean,
God.
Hennifer.
If that's what you're doing, it's not even really a roll.
I'm just putting it to the party. I mean, I could do that.
Don't we have some rope? Let's just get a little rope and like just
Well, okay.
tie it to a rock.
Do we know what exactly kind of prey the Grusk is drawn to? Does it prefer to hunt and stalk? Because then we're going to want something that's running around.
You know, that's actually a very good question. Let me consult my mental palace. Can I do a lore check on Grusks?
Yes.
Mental
Yeah.
palace.
We
Crappy.
go to my
This would be nature
Encyclopedia
or
mentality.
occult.
Wisdom. Lore.
I still can't
Context.
believe in the latest Doctor Strange movie they had fucking Professor X like doing skateboard tricks around him before he took his spot.
Mhm.
It's pretty cool though.
It was,
I did get a success.
but that's not Charlie.
All right. So you would know that it's definitely a carnivore, and it kind of eats whatever. It depends on how starved or desperate it is. Usually, when it's pretty well fed, it likes to hunt more. But when it's desperate, it'll go after anything. Doesn't really matter.
Okay.
And from what you know, it doesn't seem to be like starved or desperate. Like you're hearing a lot of reports of it catching things. Like there's people missing. There's a hunter that said that it like took a deer from him. So you imagine it's pretty well fed from what you've heard.
Here's what we do. We take like 20 feet of rope. We split the strands down to like by a quarter to make it a very thin rope. We tie a little harness around Hennifer Garner and attach it around like onto a rock on the ground. Because chickens, they can kind of sort of fly.
Mm-hmm.
So we keep this chicken flying and clucking. Like maybe the three of you can throw like little rocks or something at it. Make it make a lot of noise, flapping around, get its scent permeating the area. Maybe that'll draw it in.
Good idea. I like it.
All right.
I hate this so much. Hennifer, you don't deserve this.
Yeah.
Wait. I mean, you're bigger than a chicken. You could put yourself out there running around clucking and stuff.
Yeah, I don't like
And-
chickens that much.
You know what? I could do that. Now get out of here. Go away, chicken. Go.
Wait, I catch Hennifer. We are going to need a bigger wagon.
Scooch over,
Yeah.
Punky. We got another one. Yeah, I'll just go out there and I'll start doing people stuff. I'll start chopping down like bits of twig and stuff, and start building a nice little campfire and just.
Oh, it may help if like you give yourself like a little like cut somewhere, so that way like the scent of blood's in the air.
Ooh, I like it. I'll wipe off my hand axe and I'll just chop my chin just a little bit, like, bap.
It's kind of
Not
as you
how I
guys
would have taken that, but you do you.
break away to do these little odd jobs and things. Chuck, you notice you haven't heard the goat bleat
Joe,
in a while.
I will come after you. Oh no. That's all she goat. I whip around
You
and I
look over
look.
to where you remember.
It'll be murder she
Goat
goat by the time
being-
we're done.
Look, me.
You see the rope has been cut, and there's a lot of blood. It doesn't look like. It looks strange. It doesn't look like goat blood. Seems to be like a much darker, almost got like a bluish hue to it. It's pretty strange looking.
Psst, guys. Look. There. It took the goat.
Can
It actually has like a bit of a trail of blood leading away.
could I attempt to use my discern cantrip to follow the blood trail?
Yeah.
That's a good
When I rolled
cantrip.
the stealth, I heard it so. I rolled a lot of ones when I
Oh
pushed
shit.
on this test, so it fucked itself up pretty bad. I'm getting that good.
Ooh.
It's like when you're trying to be sneaky and you stub your
Oh, we
small
need
toe and you have to just kind of be like,
Yeah.
Ow!
Okay. You get strain using your
Yep.
deals there.
Ah.
2 physical damage, but
Oh.
the one success with your arcane or your occult spider
Yeah,
eye
with my spider
magic
eyes.
sense. Yes.
It gives me
They're
a
all
real
kinda-
bad headache a lot of times when I use it.
That's fair.
Right. With that, you're able to definitely see easier where these like little blood stains are. One thing you notice as you're tracking these is it's like each drop of blood is getting significantly farther away. And that seems to map on to what you remember hearing about the Grusk, which is that it heals pretty quickly. So you seem to be following it though, like you're getting
Yeah.
a direction of where it was going.
We're probably gonna
Around the
lose
bend a little bit.
blood trail here really soon, so keep an eye out for actual like other physical tracks.
Or cave things or footy
Yeah.
foots.
Yeah,
Mhm.
or maybe if you think it's heading for a
Footprints.
cave or anything.
Okay.
You're seeing snap branches here and there too, and some things. You see a bit of the rope. You see like the bit of the rope that was tied around the neck of the goat has been like laid on the ground or discarded. I'll say with just this one success though, like you'll need someone will have to make another test to continue following this trail.
I'm motivated. I don't have any of those
All right.
skills though. Oh damn.
I don't either.
You can
Fine.
I will attempt it.
What skills were you saying this would be, or do we just make an argument for what skills it would be?
Whichever you feel like is going to help you track the like you could be like listening or looking for the blood stains, like whichever skill you feel like will lend to tracking or locating where this thing ran off to.
Bleed twice if you need help.
Fuck. No, I'll let you all go.
Uh,
I'm gonna have my bow and arrow ready just in case.
I'll take a
What
look
was
around, see
that?
if I can't find something.
Joe's cat is so angry.
My cat
Oh.
is freaking out.
Oh no.
I have no idea what I'm looking for. I'm not good at tracking goats.
You're not tracking the goat. You're tracking the Gruskel.
Yeah.
That was his problem.
Well,
Yeah, so with that, you guys are kind of like spreading out more as you're doing this. You haven't really found it yet.
kinda
I'll
just
say
like-
like one more.
Do you give it
Yeah.
a listen? I don't know what would that be, wisdom or intellect?
It could be observe or yeah, probably observe if you're just doing like a basic kind of listening.
Wisdom. I don't think I've got a context that's useful here, so nailed it. Yay!
Yeah, you got one success though. So with that, you're listening, and you hear the bleating of a goat. Seems to be alive. Seems distressed. Seems to be alive. And you
That
hear
way.
kind of off in the distance, guys go. The elevation's kind of changing more and more here. It's there's kind of some like creeks and rivers and things that have woven their way through this part of the terrain. So you're kind of going up and down slight hills and valleys and things. And it's when you like come across where there's like a creek going through. You see there's a cave right at the mouth of kind of a little pool of where this creek went to. And seems to line up with the direction that you heard the bleeding of this goat.
All right, let's get him.
Let's go.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, guys. You guys have been pretty much running. Did you bring any of your like bear traps and all that stuff with you, or
I had
Probably
grabbed
not.
at least a couple of the bear traps because I was going to start laying them out when we noticed the goat being gone. So I still probably have those.
okay?
Honestly,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have brought anything.
that's all she goat. I probably left a lot of that back at
Yeah,
our
no
original
oil,
ambush site.
That's
None of
fair.
that.
I'll say you have the bear traps, at least, because like you were in the middle of setting those, so you probably had them like slung over your shoulder still as you guys were
Mhm.
deciding where to place them.
Yeah, I've got my axe. That's about it.
Okay. So yeah, you see this cave. As you approach the mouth of the cave, you hear a pretty horrible snapping sound, and then the goat bleeding very loudly.
Oh my
Joe.
god. What do? We charge in?
Run in there wildly and
Charge in.
recklessly.
Yeah, get
The
it.
cat is going.
Fuck
Get
it, I
him.
run in. I'm
Okay.
coming for you. That's all she goat.
It's pretty dark. I'll say you've got like a lantern or a light source on you, though.
I've got a torch. I cast light.
Yeah.
Joe's the
From
like,
your torch.
You're not a fucking magic user, you dick.
Yep. Yeah. Who would say that they're carrying a light source? I mean, you've got your bow and
I
arrow, so it'd be
do. I
hard for you
really
to
need
have like
both
a.
hands.
I could probably have a free
You could
hand.
have like a lantern kind of at your hip or something.
Okay,
I'd
I
say.
mean,
But,
if you'll allow it, I'll take it.
Yeah. You guys run in. Cave's kind of winding. You hear the bleeding of the goat. There's a few forks, and you're able to follow that bleeding. It's pretty dark though, but you guys all have your light. And you're just running in. As you round one of these corners, this is one of the first like very tight and confined spaces that you guys have fought in. So the rules change a little bit on how zones work, which is there's a maximum of 2 zones that things can be targeted from. They're winding so much that once you're more than 2 zones away from something, there's just wall in the way. And you're not able to target stuff. That shouldn't matter too much for you guys. But you hear another snapping sound, hear the goat bleeding again.
How fucking dare this thing?
As you round the corner, there's a few like bones discarded here and there. You find the carcass of a deer that was like pretty close to the mouth of the cave. It looks like it's not completely eaten. You get the sense that it was pretty picky about how it was eating the deer. So it feels
He
like
only
it was
eats the
well
best
fed.
parts.
So if it wasn't completely eaten, could you say it wasn't completing?
Sure.
That's so bad.
Just
Yeah.
likes to eat the feet.
You know what? I don't know if Bert's still watching,
knows?
but I'm gonna go ahead and deduct another point 100 points for my score for that.
To bury yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
Self-regulate.
Yeah. But it's as you round another part of this cave, water's starting to kind of pool up here and there. Now, like as you're running through on the stone, it's reflected off your lamp. You're starting to smell more of the stench of like flesh and stuff that's been decaying and rotting a little bit, and also some like refuse and things. Seems like you're getting closer to where this thing's been living. As you round the corner, you see this like very pale flesh and turns to look at you. It's got very long hands that have these sharp claws at the end of it, covered in blood. And you see the goat. It's got like 1 foot on the chest of this goat, and its back legs have been broken. It's kind of just in the middle of breaking this goat. It hasn't ripped into it quite yet, but its claws have ripped through just the back of its legs. You see this thing has no real features on its face. It's just kind of all smooth. You don't see eyes or ears or mouth. And it presses its claws into its mouth and tears its flesh down. You see that it reveals like a skeletal mouth underneath and lets out this horrible, just like chittering roar at you.
Well, we're gonna see its ass when we kick it.
Yeah.
So I throw an axe at it.
All right. Roll initiative.
I was gonna say we're gonna rip him a new one, but he might actually need that. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah. Ooh, I succeeded.
Chuck succeeded. And it looks like everyone else failed.
I did.
Yeah.
All right. Chuck, you get to go first.
I cast arrow.
All right.
Oh, it's a good choice.
Yeah. Damn it, Dan, you made me on. Well, Joe, would you say this was urban or common?
No. This is a Colt or Warren.
Always worth trying.
It is.
Yeah.
I got 1 success.
Success?
I'm not pushing.
Sure. Yeah, roll that 1 damage die.
That's a 4.
Solid hit. Goes into it. Looks like it's not taking the full damage from it, but still definitely connects.
That's fair.
Looks to be a little bit more hardy. You see this thing like recoils it as the arrow sinks into it. It breaks it away. You see that weird kind of dark, almost bluish tinted blood forming on it. It roars at you with its skeleton that it's kind of exposed after it tore part of its face away. You see it's got like gills or something on its chest too that kind of flare up as it's screeching at you.
No, thanks.
If only we had some tea to throw in that.
You get some spider
Oh,
teeth.
shit.
And with that, it's going to run at you guys. Because everyone else failed, it looked like, right? It was just Chuck that succeeded you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So you shot an arrow at it. Do a D5 for it to decide who it's going to attack, because you're going to be in there twice. Check.
Oh.
1, 2, it's check. And 3, 4, 5. 5. Damn.
This is the way.
It is the way. This thing runs at you. It's going to swipe with its claws. It moves very quickly. It's very pale, so it sticks out pretty, like, contrasts pretty brightly off of the dark stone. What's its power dice? There we go. Oh my god.
Joe, I don't like that. I don't like that, Joe.
That was
Am I getting wrecked?
That was 4 6s.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm probably getting wrecked then.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
You'll be fine. You got armor, right?
1 point of it.
1 point of armor.
We should work
Yeah.
on getting better gear at some point.
You
I mean,
can't-
we haven't really done anything to get better gear yet.
No, after this.
Yeah. You'll be able to trade resources and barter up to better. Let's go to status effects. What is it going to do with some of these crits?
Oh no.
It's going to do. Let's see. I'm being mean, but I'm also being nice because I'm spending some of these dice to not.
I mean,
be
you could just do
but it's
damage.
Yeah, but that will.
That's
I mean, it is what it is.
So it's going to spend 2 of its 4 dice to do 2 status effects on you. It's going to knock you prone and then also going to stun you. So stun makes you lose your swift actions, but you can still do your main action. And then being prone makes it so that melee attacks have advantage and ranged attacks have disadvantage. And it takes swift actions to stand. So
Yeah.
It
you can
wasn't-
decide to stand or act.
So we have 2 swift actions. What's the action
Yeah.
economy again, Joe? We have 2 swift actions, a slow action. We can't read.
You have 2 swift actions and then a main action. And the 2 swift actions cannot choose the same action.
Okay.
And if you want to do 2 of the same swift action, then your main action has to be one of the swift actions.
Okay.
And that's all in the PDF there
You expect me to read?
that I've shared with you guys.
How dare you?
I think I still have that pinned in that chat. Yeah, so like the swift actions, you can like communicate, move, drop, grab, stand, like those things, but you can only choose 2 unique ones with your
Is
swift
crying
actions.
a
You
swift
can't
action?
double move.
I think that's a free action.
Yeah, let's
That's free.
communicate.
Oh shit.
But yeah, so it's going to
Communicate my
knock you
sorrow.
prone, and then it's going to stun you, so you don't get your swift actions, but you can still do your main action. And attacking from prone, it doesn't necessarily cause any issues. And it's going to do 2 damage dice to you.
That's the concerning part.
Oh my god! I rolled 2 6s.
Well, I'm done.
So it deals 12 physical damage as its claws just swipe
done.
into you.
Yeah, that takes me out.
What's your physical health total?
8.
8. Okay, so it doesn't overdo it. At least were you
Yeah.
at full?
I
Physical?
was. Yeah, and I have
Okay.
1 point
So-
of armor.
Okay. So
Or do I need to
going
track how far
over-
down I am?
So going over only matters if it loops a full time
Okay.
round.
Okay.
Okay.
If you take multiple health bars worth of damage in one
So
attack, then it
if I
counts
took
as extra
16 damage,
Well, you got that
Yeah.
1 defense, so you would have to take 17.
17. Yeah.
Yeah, right, yeah.
17. Yeah. So, so taking multiple is the only time that that's bad. And you still only take 1 condition, but it counts as multiple fatigue for every bar it goes through. So you're going to
that's
take
a good
immediate
thing you didn't
condition.
roll those extra 2 dice for damage.
Fucking
Yeah.
Christ, ain't that
Yeah.
right?
Yep. You could have hit pretty
Could have
hard.
just died.
Let's see what those would have been. Have you, had I just done them as.
Inquisitive minds need to know.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been, yeah.
It would have been enough. Yeah, that would have been enough.
It would have been 1 shy because it would have been, or no,
It would have been 18. It would have been, 18, 1
yeah.
over.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Would have been 1 over. Yep. Yep. So it's good it did that. So yeah, jumps on you, claws in you. You take an immediate condition. Roll a d12.
Yeah.
Your fatigue goes up 1.
Yep, and then your fatigue goes up 1. Disarmed. You drop either your primary, secondary, or accessory equipment.
I don't even know that I drew any weapons yet. But-
It's so when it's in the slot, it's just it doesn't function any differently, whether it's stowed or drawn or whatever. Like it's just the only difference between stowed or drawn is if it's like in your inventory versus in a equipment slot.
All right, evens it's got to be my sword handle, and odds will be my necklace.
So yeah, you can choose
Drop my
whichever one
sword
you want to
handle.
drop.
I wasn't paying attention. We had a raid from Dysfunctional RPGs.
We sure do.
Welcome to the place. We're playing a tabletop role-playing game that Joe's creating, and our campaign is all about us starting a petting zoo.
Pretty much, yeah.
Basically,
And
a lot of
I'm
animals.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, someone's trying to loot our petting zoo.
They are. They're trying to eat. That's all she go. And I don't appreciate it.
Yep. Okay. But yeah, you could choose what you drop from that.
yeah, just for fun, I rolled it out. So I dropped the sword handle. My focus.
All right, it is dropped. So it is a swift action to pick it back up.
Yep, I'm gonna be
You are
useless for like 2
stunned.
turns.
So yeah. But that's okay. From there, so Chuck was the only one that succeeded.
Yeah.
Then its turns over. So now Dan, Jake, and John, you guys get to go. So Dan, because you lost your swift actions, you have your main action. So you can either like do an unarmed attack, or you can spend that to grab your focus.
I'll stand up.
That's a good thing to do. Real quick, before we get into it, I do want our raider friends to be aware of our petting zoo status so far. We have a pet puffin chick by the name of Puffin Daddy. We have a crab named Brian Crabston. That's all she goat, who is in a dire condition right now. And we just picked up 2 chickens, one by the name of Punky Rooster, and the other one is Hennifer Garner. So, campaign status so far.
Yeah.
Yep.
The really important parts.
Mm-hmm.
And I rolled randomly to see which of those animals got snatched, and it was the goat.
I mean, that is originally why we bought it.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Technically speaking.
I don't like that.
I know you don't like it.
I had the
I like
goat
your
in as less entries. Both chickens had 2 entries, and the goat had 1 entry, but it still got the goat.
All right, I got something.
Okay.
So I've got the bear traps. I'm gonna use my force cantrip to like huck a bear trap at it, like a.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Roll it. I'll say because it's a bear trap that you're doing this with. That's probably also just a D6.
Okay.
I'll say if you get more than 1 success, you can roll it as trusty on your impact.
All right, then I'll push it.
2 successes.
But I got 2 successes.
You get 2 successes. All right.
Is that 2 impact dice I get to roll then?
Yep. So 2 impact, and then click trusty because you're using the bear trap. So trusty lets you add an extra die to the roll, and it drops the lowest. So it just kind of shifts the dice pool up by 1 die. So 6.
yeah,
That's a pretty solid hit.
Yeah. My spidery legs twitch on my tattoos, and I telekinetic web sling a bear trap at this thing.
It sticks into it, and you see it like it chomps down like on its shoulder and digs in deep to it, and it shoves this off, and it tears off a big chunk of its flesh, and you see it kind of exposes these weird like silvery bluish bones underneath it, and it's got this weird bluish tint to its blood as well.
Is this thing a
Very
giant
pale skin.
horseshoe crab? Horseshoe crab?
No.
Because they have blue blood.
Do they?
They
Yeah.
do. It's a big deal right now because people are medicing the life out of them.
Yeah.
Pay
Are
attention.
those the
And,
ones that are shaped like that
Mhm.
kind of? They're like very
Yeah.
circular.
And if they're not
Okay.
turning on the medicine, they're drinking them like Capri Suns.
You gotta do. I mean, they come
Oh.
with their own straw, so
Ooh.
And they're blue raspberry flavored. It
Yeah.
sounds like.
Exactly. I mean, obviously.
That's where the flavor comes from, because
Uh-huh.
no blue raspberries I've ever had tasted like blue raspberry flavored drink ever.
Yeah. All right, and then Jake.
Well, now that its shoulder is exposed, I'm going to whip it good.
Okay.
Hopefully. Melee, and this is a cult. Yes.
Yes, Colt or Warren.
Alrighty. Alrighty. I will push that.
Okay.
Oh,
jeez.
dear.
Ow.
It takes like a side swipe at you as you try to whip it.
I just
And
pull an
take
Indiana Jones and
3.
accidentally whip myself in the chin.
Yeah. The back of your head.
I forgot to
All right.
loop it. I arced it.
Next round. Loops round. Whoever's doing initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep up at it.
Yeah.
I will take my
Oof.
success.
Ugh, no successes for me.
Okay. Jake, you get to go first.
All right, I'll try and whip it again.
All right. You do so.
Hell
Oh, nice.
yeah, there we go.
2 successes. Roll that
I will not push
2d6.
that. Bing, bang, boom. 9 damage.
9. Wow.
Very nice.
That is a solid amount. What does that put that at? That puts it over, but was that it was a 9.
The second health bar appears.
Yeah, basically. So this
Boss music
is
intensifies.
It does.
this creature is what is known as tenacious. So when you get rid of its health, it starts acting differently, and it gets all of its health back again. So you have
And it
to.
Yeah.
attacks
I don't
Dan
appreciate
again.
this. I don't.
No more Elden Ring.
But
Right?
any
Don't worry.
damage that you did to it carries over into that second health pool. So he did overage damage. So it's starting out pretty hurt into that. So it's only got like half of that health left. That's
The real question is, will it finish the job it started?
Oh, I should have rolled d8s against you, Dan. So I forgot that. But that's fine.
Its turn, actually.
Well, fortunately, even if you rolled d8s, it wouldn't have been enough to kill me outright,
Yeah.
which you probably would have rolled 8s.
Right.
You get a second.
That
You
would've
can
been
do it
8s.
this time. You can do it this time.
I could. All right. So then I'm gonna have it roll randomly again. Let's see. We're just gonna have it roll 4 across now that you've all done something to it.
I haven't.
You look at it.
Jake, you're
Oh,
the one
boy.
that just
That makes
flicked it. So that does make sense. Yes. It's
Bring it,
gonna
wuss.
take a swipe at you. Ugh.
No.
Oh. Hurts itself by a 2.
Tearing itself apart.
It doesn't connect at all.
It was giving it all it had. And
Yep. Damn it. Well, that's its turn. So then it goes to the rest of you guys. Remember one sec. I think Chuck, Dan, and John.
Dan, do you want to take a stab?
First, I got to pick up my weapon.
Yeah, so you can use one of your swift actions to pick it back up. And then your other swift action, you don't really necessarily need to do anything with it because you're already within the zone of it. So
Yeah, I'll stab. We'll stab.
sweet.
You can't stop me.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Hey,
2 successes.
there's 2.
That's pretty decent for me. I'm gonna go ahead and push it though.
Nice.
Wow.
Because
Hey,
revenge.
That's risky. Any one of that damage would have triggered another condition on you too, because you're at your max.
It sure would have.
But yeah, roll 3 of your damage die on impact.
Why let it kill me when I can kill myself instead?
Show them how it's really done.
Oh,
That's right.
Ooh-wee.
yeah. All right. How do you kill this thing?
I assume that it's just like, shut up. Just chop
All
its head
right.
off. Because
You
it's
do
loud
so,
and annoying.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah,
This
it's
kills the
chittering, and you behead it. And that is actually the perfect way to kill this thing too. Is that you see that it's been slowly, almost in the middle of this combat too, regrowing parts of the flesh and stuff that it's lost. You see like the bit where it tore open its mouth so that it could eat. Even the bits of that had been healing back, but as you behead it, it just both halves fall over, and you hear the head clunk with this like really unsettling thud as it hits the stone and rolls around a little bit.
You know,
Cool.
it's gonna
Accidental good decision.
it's gonna be gross, but I feel like we should like peel all the skin off that thing. Maybe separate it from its skeleton so it can't
Do we
grow
just burn
back
it?
just to be on the safe side.
Did we have
Rather
to bring
than-
proof back?
Yeah, we can bring the
Yeah,
skull.
they
It's
did
kinda
want
neat.
proof of
It's
it.
kinda neat.
They didn't want
I'll-
proof that it had been killed.
What if we
I'll
take the
grab
head
the
back
head.
and then do that
Yeah.
to the body? Like
Burn the body, yeah.
we skin it and then burn it. While you're doing that,
Skin
I
is-
am gonna go check out. That's all she goat.
Yeah.
Still alive, very injured. So its back legs are like broken, and where it was grabbed onto, there's like some claw sunk marks in its legs. But it is still
Believe
alive.
it or not, I
And
actually
it's just kind
have
of laying there.
mend.
Heal it.
You do.
I do.
You heal
still
this
crit
thing,
fail.
I'll forgive the debt that your character owes my character.
That was made up today.
Made up right now.
Wow.
Oh,
Look at that. Kapow.
Okay. And then I'm pretty sure. So the way impact works on healing
You
is
know what?
a little bit
Let's
different.
go ahead and do it.
oh, that was so risky.
It's wisdom in this case
Oh, okay, less risky.
because
Yeah.
it's mend. Less risky.
All right, it's based off of whatever your context is on what type of damage you take. So so you always take the same type of damage when you push.
No matter what.
Yeah, because that's what the context is. Like if you have occult, then it's always physical. If you have arcane, it's always mental.
Okay.
And if you have, just from the push
Then-
damage.
Then that was a poor decision.
Is that if he's using? Is that only if you're using cantrips, or if you're just using the skill?
That's if you're doing magic. The skill is based off of the attribute.
Okay.
But
Gotcha.
when you're doing magic, the context determines the type of damage you take.
Okay.
when you
All
push.
right.
Yep.
Then I will have to take another fallout. Because
Buddy
I
pushed it.
misunderstood.
Roll a d12. 7. And that's fine. Outburst. So, or actually, you already took one, so you have to do your fallout roll first. So roll a d6.
Yeah. Or click the fatigue on the sheet.
Yeah, or click the fatigue.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you're good. So yeah, it would have been the 7 rolled in. So outburst, you lose concealment or draw attention to yourself. So that's fine at this point.
And then you click
You
on
just
the
kind of are
thing that
loud.
increase your
Don't
fatigue.
tire me now.
So yeah, now you should have 2 fatigue.
Yep.
Alrighty.
But I got 3 successes.
You
Pretty
did
good.
get 3 successes, and I'm trying to double check. I'm pretty sure the way healing. So the way healing works, instead of getting additional dice on extra successes, it's +1. So, so you roll your impact 1 die, and then you add 2 to whatever you roll, and that's how much
Okay.
it's healed.
Well, it's a good thing I pushed it because that gets 3.
Okay.
You know, it's a goat.
I mean, for a goat, 3 is a lot. That goes
Yeah.
pretty far. So, you're able to seal its wounds, and its legs kind of go back into place. It's still like limping a little bit, but it's able to support its weight on these legs now. So, it's mostly good.
Okay.
All right.
Well, cool.
Is there anything else in
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, it sounds like he's been eating lots of things, so maybe there's other cool
He has
stuff
been
in
eating
here.
lots of things. Whoever is wanting to look around, give me a find test. Because it's kind of dark, so it's
Okay.
takes a little bit. Search, and there's all these caves and
I
things.
do have a point in find.
Is,
I will also look.
Yep.
Perfect.
Is it just Warren that applies to this, or would the occult apply as well for the context?
Occult or Warren in this
Joe-
area.
Oh, I get to. I can.
Yeah.
Would you say that this is urban or common?
It's occult or Warren.
With my context, I actually get a success.
Nice.
I
Oh,
get
nice.
success as well.
Okay. Okay. Each of you that rolled 1 success, roll 2d6.
Ooh, I got a
8.
I got 6.
6,
Apparently, 8 is the number of the day.
8, 6, 8. That, I think that's all in the same. Yeah, so you each find a d6 item. It's all sorts of stuff. So we'll say one of you find like a rucksack that looks like somebody that had been eaten. You see bits of like a human skeleton. But there's this rucksack that just kind of has some random stuff inside of it, just random adventuring supplies. So that'd be a common resource, just a d6 of supplies. Another thing that you find is a d6 longsword in pretty good condition. Then you also find a d6 of rations.
Longsword, I don't need. I am
neither.
fine taking the rations or the rucksack.
Did you want a car? Did you want the longsword?
I don't need it either.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take the
Still
longsword.
valuable.
Take it.
I mean,
unless
all of it's worth a
Al
d6
wants
for
it.
trading.
Yeah, I'll stick it in the head of the Grusk, so that we can just
good
kind
idea.
of have both in
Okay.
the same place, and then we'll
this
sell it.
thing, like it looks like it's got pretty much a normal skull that looks somewhat human, but with slightly exaggerated features. But it's just completely grown over with skin. Like every orifice has been closed from its healing. It's just kind of going wild. But it does have this like tear on its face where it opened up to feed on the goat. So
That'd be a good place for a sword.
Real uncomfortable for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'll take the rucksack, but just planning on trading it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll carry the long sword, but also probably planning to trade it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
otherwise Al might want it. Well, he put it in the head of the thing, but yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to use the long sword?
Nah.
Okay.
I was intending to sell it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it's going to be like kind of the way bartering and equipment and stuff works in this game. It's a lot more common to be bartering and trading things than it is to like get gold
Yeah.
and exchange it. But it's all worth pretty much the same. It's just the die size values. So you guys would be able to trade that. All right. With that, we're a few minutes over. But we resolved that, got the loot and all that. You guys caught the Grusk and killed it.
We did.
And you have
Yay.
proof up with a 10 and some loot. So we'll start next session with you guys exiting the cave, traveling your way back to town, deciding what you want to do from there.
Sounds good.
All right.
That's
Got some combats in, saved some kids,
Yeah, we did. So I did
killed
not.
a witch before she could do any exposition.
Yes,
Damn
even
right.
more important.
Yeah.
All right.
We didn't
so
even
that's
ask
okay.
her if she could read the book.
But, oh yeah,
Duh.
maybe
Oh, yeah.
she could have.
Well, we'll never know.
It
Bert, I'm
doesn't matter
glad we
now.
were able to distract you from work.
Yeah.
Would you say
I-
that we advanced the story in any way, Joe?
Yes. Yeah, that's right. EXP questions. I should ask you guys this. Yeah, so everyone participated in the session. If anyone took any conditions, I know
Dan
John
and
and Dan,
John
you guys did. Yep.
Yes, a
So
few.
I could see you guys' experience. Even if they instantly clear, they still count as conditions.
Definitely failed some rolls.
Yeah, I think everybody failed rolls
Yeah.
for sure. Everyone made progress on the story, and then didn't award any GM boons because I need to think about that more often.
Okay.
But yeah, so everyone should have got at least 3. Looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can save up that experience. You can buy something as soon as you want it. Whatever you want to do with it.
Need to start spending mine.
I have an idea what I'm going to spend mine on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get advances for 6 XP, a new context for 5, or
Yep.
skill ranks for either 3 or 4.
I'm thinking I'm going to pick up the spellcasting thing.
The spell crafting for the
Yeah,
medium
spellcrafting.
casting. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. And then which one were you? You were doing the beast, right? Was what you were wanting to
I'm thinking
match
so.
with your like
Yeah.
spider stuff.
Yeah, primal or whatever.
Or the feral.
Feral. Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
I'm going with desensitized, so I can't be frightened by occult nonsense.
I'm sitting on
Yeah,
6
nice.
XP right now, so I need to do some thinking about what I want to spend it on.
I have 13.
Nice.
I figured
lot.
I'd play a little bit and then figure out what I felt like putting my points into.
You guys were supposed to do a fear test against this thing. I totally forgot.
You know what?
What would a
Yeah.
fear
Well, just
test
in case
have
that happens
consisted
next
of?
time, I'm good.
Usually
It
it's
would
advantage
have been a saving throw against it.
Against
Yeah. And
What-
basically it gives you disadvantage to tests versus it. So you lose a die.
what stat would we have rolled?
Would have been a mental saving throw.
There we go. Just for fun. You can see how it would have gone.
Hey, you would have got it. Cool. Yeah, it tearing its skin open to eat
I
the
mean,
goat
that's-
was supposed to be a fear test.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, that checks out. That would have been pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I even put in bold fear test underneath that bit of it, but I
Nice.
spaced. Oh well. But yeah, so taking that advancement, Jake, you will not have to make fear tests if you share a context with whatever is
Nice.
initiating it.
Yeah.
And even if you don't, you get advantage, so you get another die on those fear tests.
Heck yeah.
Alrighty, that's everything for Anvea session 4. Next time we'll pick it up. You guys turning in your jobs. You've got your crank to give back to Percy. Meeting back up with Hugh Donahue, hopefully.
Yeah.
We'll take it from there. So, what do we got going on in DOK?
Shit, what do we got going? Well, Twitch wise, we won't be back until Wednesday as we continue our Night Below campaign using Dungeon Crawl Classics. And then, yeah, we'll be back here next Friday. YouTube wise, it's a little different, and I'll let John talk about that.
Yeah, so on the Defenders of Cobalt YouTube channel, we have our Pathfinder 2nd Edition actual play. We're doing the Age of Ashes adventure path, and oops, they're all goblins, and we're the latest episode they put on a show, and it involved the dance of many pickles.
Yes, it did.
It did.
It really did.
Starring
Yeah.
Chuck.
Yeah.
Really. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I
If you like
danced.
some weirdness and some very off-color humor, come check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Then yeah, next Friday we'll be back here playing more Anvea. Session 5. It's how incrementing works.
Sometimes.
That
That'd be
is how math works. Yes, it is.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone. It was a lot of fun. Went over a little bit, but yeah. Have a good night.
Goodbye.
Bye,
everyone.
everybody.
Have a good night.
Bye.